Hello guys, today we have Khada Alex for today's account review, and he start off with the message, "Hey Kimo, I'd like to start by thanking you for your videos that have helped me learn about the game and how I can improve myself. No problem. I've been playing Azur every day for almost 2 years now, October 2020, and increasing the ships I like. My following questions will be for World 14. I took screenshots of almost all the ships and stuff like that. Alright, so questions are mostly for World 14, so we'll go ahead and talk about the usual stuff first before we get to there. So let's see here. We have 43k ships owned, 56k attacks. Pretty casual, I think. I think it's casual. I can't even tell anymore. I think it is, but at the same time, it like couldn't be. But I think it's like pretty casual. But he's been playing every. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Some other info. 16 ring ships, 34 125s, and 120 on the 46. Make sure you hold some for when they increase level cap. I don't know when that's gonna be, but just in case, they may do some 130 stuff, so keep that in mind. As for ring ships here, we have most of the UR ones ringed. Just like me, I ringed almost all my UR ships. I think only some UR ships I don't ring, like KimoCheese, cause Cunny, and I think that's like it for like non-retrofits. I think that's like it. I could be wrong though, but I think Shimaka. On hindsight, I should ring her, but nah, I'm not gonna do it. But going down the list, we'll talk about the ships that you may need later on for World 14 though. But we got a wide selection of stuff right here at 120, so that is good. 2 years progression. I think you have pretty much most of the ships in the game at 426 dock space, unless there's duplicates in here. But that's pretty much most of the ships in the game. At this point, like you get 14, you work on some perma stats, and you're good to go, bro. You are pretty much at end game already, I think. May have to work on a few more things though. But this was submitted almost 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago. So we're almost done. Thank God, account views. These things take a while, so yeah, I apologize for that. Anyway, so for Rainbow Gear, we have one of each. Very, very good. Now you can want to work on the second 457, which I recommend, or we can go for the second 10 ride from when USS Midway drops. So it's up to you. Personally, I think the 10 ride is probably the better option, assuming you may be done with PR4. Yeah, you are. So it's up to you. PR4 is actually pretty good, even if you don't. Even if you are done PR4 already, has some pretty good gear in it, so you can't go wrong there. Anyways, what we got for other stuff here, some plus 13s. Plus 13 is probably the biggest thing as of right now. You want to get some plus 13 steam catapults, 100%. Get some extra damage out on your carriers whenever you get the chance. But everything else, though, I don't see a lot of plus 13s in here. That's very surprising. I think I see the 457 and one dildo right here, but there isn't a lot of plus 13s in here, which is telling me either you're saving all your plates or you're not doing enough OS. So we'll have to see later on. But pick more Dido AAs. Those are good for firepower. There's gonna be I think there's like I think you want to go for 6. I think I said in like one of my videos that you want to go for 6 because that's ideal marking for your whole fleet in case like you have no anti-air problems. That's what you want to go for. Again, I'll probably make a guide later, but I have something in my Discord that's like telling people what to do for anti-air. Dido AAs are indeed really, really good, so you want to get as much of those as possible. 4 more bidders whenever you have the chance. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys saw the Dido AAs there, but you want to get more of those. And the UR gear. Hopefully I showed that on camera too. It's gonna be so embarrassing if I didn't. But yeah, more plus 13 steam catapults. Bitters, we're going to need like 4 more when we have that done. That is good. So a couple reuses in here. That's good as well too. But I do say, yeah, more junkers. We definitely need more junkers in here. Get like 4. Maybe more, but get 4 ideally. And AP rockets. Yeah, you have like no plus 13s. I think you're going to have to start doing some OS, bro. I see the gun right here. Now, this is a okay choice for plus 13, but I'm just not a fan of plus 13 DD guns primarily. So I personally just skip on those. But do OS, though. You have to do OS for gold plates and stuff. And I think that's pretty much for gear, though. I don't have that much gear from Gear Labs because I didn't know what I had to do in OS just to make the meta ships. I think I did like, okay, I have like 2 videos that goes over what you gotta do for OS. It is very, very simple. I highly recommend you watch those videos. They're somewhere in my guides. I'll go ahead and link them as well if I don't forget. But you want to go ahead and do that. Because you're gonna need gold plates. So that's why I say do OS. So that explains a lot of things right here. Do OS. Even if you are confused, you pretty much can't screw up OS. Just clear and you will get stuff. You can't really mess up OS. Like not doing OS is messing up. Doing like at least trying to do OS is not messing up. But intentionally not doing it is messing up. So yeah. Anyways, World 14 though, the stopping point. Everyone's favorite map right here, 14-3. This is the gatekeeper right here, so that's fun. In terms of PR1 is done. PR2 is also done, minus the Fate Sim 5 on Azuma, but you can finish that whenever. PR3 is basically done. Might need some Fate Sims right here, I think, but should be okay. PR4 is done. I think Fate Sim 5 needs to be done too, but that's basically done. And then PR5 or PR that was PR4. PR5 is I think that was like a month and a half ago, right? So you're probably in a good spot right now. At least like halfway done, probably. Not probably more than halfway done. Let's just say like you're about past the halfway mark. You're about 60% done. You're in a good spot, bro. You're in a good spot. Now in terms of the other gear though, UR gear, we're doing pretty okay here. Now the plates here. So you're saving up cog arrays, which is good. I do that as well too. Gold plates, we have a good amount. Use them properly. Again, main guns should focus primarily on battleships first, then worry about the other ships seconds, like large cruisers, light cruiser now because of Plymouth, and heavy cruiser ideally. And for aircrafts, worry about like the torpedo bombers and fighters first, like junkers and AP rockets have the first priority when it comes to plus 13 planes, so do those first. Then do stuff like Tenrai, Hell Divers maybe, and other torpedo bombers and stuff like that if you really want to, but focus on junkers and AP rockets first for the aircraft plates. Everything else, though, just do whatever you want, but ideally focus on the bossing stuff for more damage. Everything else, though, we're looking okay here. Plates-wise, we're okay on plates. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. OS stuff, I assume this is the boss fleet right here. 3 battleships. So there is that. Hopefully you got Musashi. Second fleet, Nagato carrier. This one works too. Is that Emden? I'm not sure what Emden does here. I highly recommend you do some air raid assistance. Like Kazugumo, put that in there. And if you have Sirius, put that in there as well too for more damage on Haku and Shinano. But Emden doesn't do anything here. She busts KMS. No one here is KMS, so that's a weird slot. And Yudachi is like basically there, but yeah. I assume this is the mob setup right here. Now, this one works. The issue is you have 2 tanks. Honestly, I say drop out Cheshire, keep Anchorage, and just toss in like more damage. Either probably torpedo damage or just more damage overall. Tashkent can stay though, she's fine there. But drop one of your tanks so you get more damage for wave clearing, mobs or whatever. And the last fleet, this is just the KMS. I think this is like the backup setup right here. I could be wrong, but honestly, if you're gonna try to do the setup, I say just do double carriers. Just do like Bismarck, double carriers. Do like a Peter Strasser, AVP, and Bismarck. Another air raid assistance, and you just have 2 damage dealers for bosses, AVP and Peter Strasser. We can do that. So I highly recommend just doing that. OS Tech, get these level 9 whenever possible because that is free stats. Never neglect these things, they give free stats. In terms of skins though, we have a lot of skins. I assume this is the skins that are owned. Yeah, there's a lot of skins here. This is a very interesting choice. I see a lot of USS ships though, a lot. And IJN as well too. Decent amount of KMS. Yeah, it's actually a nice split of skins. Actually, like it's pretty diverse. There's a lot of USS though, but diverse. I think some of these are like event skins. I could be wrong though. The London ring, nice. I have one more ring prepared for someone special, or if Aqua comes back. She's never coming back, bro. Just give it up. I hope to finish in about 2 to 3 months in PR4. I need them all facing 5 and maybe one more 10 right. Yep, that is what I said earlier. With some difficulty. Nice, this was edited. So Musashi is done there. Very, very nice. He got her done. 200 pulls and 8 Sakawas, relatable from previous events. Some Wyvern stuff. I think this is the fastest you have ever made. Yeah, some people are getting it really fast after the queue system. So don't be surprised that like a lot of people are getting like 2 months CL guns because it is really really fast now with the queue system. They may have buffed it, but I'm not feeling it. My RNG is awful with that gun, but I finished PR3 or PR4 very fast last season, so it's my just desserts, I guess. So these skins are nice. We're not gonna talk about those skins. I don't want to making a fool of myself again. Fair ships: Formy, New Jersey, Cheshire, Chimikaze, and Elby. That's a very, very interesting selection of ships to favor, honestly. It really, really is. It's like we have Cunnies in there, HMS, and then like New Jersey. Everyone's like favorite ship nowadays. So it's a very interesting selection. It is. Anyways, though, for the questions, the first question is, what ship should I level up and what gear should I use for World 14? So you're in 14.3 now, which is basically DD stuff. Again, I'll drop the links for my videos that will help you out in the description. Highly recommend everyone watch these because I did make World 14 guides. I know it may be crazy, but I did make World 14 guides. I made it like 2 days after I cleared it on release. So I highly recommend anyone who is struggling with World 14 watch that first before asking me about World 14. Highly recommend. Anyways, though, in terms of ships they can work on for World 14, it's primarily DDs. As of right now, DDs that you have is Shimakaze, Udachi, and I would recommend getting Kazugumo if you have her. Otherwise, get her. I hope you got her from the current banner, but if you're low in cubes, though, just skip it. Jervis is good for DD choices. I think some people are getting okay results with the Chinese DDs as well as Super World 14. I'm not exactly sure, but that's actually that's a option as well too. Charles Osborne is also pretty good for World 14 nowadays. If you're lacking a lot of ships from Gacha, Charles Osborne is definitely another choice you can use for World 14. I believe she's like pretty good for the just overall kit there, so that's nice. There's also like Laffy World with her SSR augment that's also very very good, so you can do that as well too. Otherwise, you can have the dynamic duo like Ingram, Bristol as well to bring in to World 14. That is also another option. There's a lot of DDs you can bring nowadays. Like I said, I was watching my World 14 video back, I think like 2 days ago, and I said that over time they're going to add more ships into the game that's going to make World 14 easier, and that is true. So there's a lot of options nowadays for World 14. There's a lot of DDs. Bring those DDs and equip them properly with hedgehogs and depth charge, and you will be okay. Sustain is probably going to be an issue, so just make sure you have your Perseus and your Unicorn if you're using them. So let me see here. Perseus, Unicorn, good to go. Second question, what fleets would be good in World 14? Again, I have one battleship, 2 carriers like Unicorn or Perseus, Aquila, I think back then. 2 DDs, 1 large cruiser or some tanky DPS for mob fleet. Boss setup, just 3 heavy hitters, 1 DD for boss, and then either a buffer like Helena or just double tanky DPS. You're gonna need some tanks in there because those ships hit really really hard, especially on lethal. It hits very very hard. So 1 large cruiser needed, maybe 2 large cruisers, but definitely 1 large cruiser in the boss. Mob setup, just do either tanky DPS or some kind of just like sustainable DPS. But highly recommend just having a tank and 2 DDs in mob setup. I already did. Again, the videos for the guys will be in the description, so you can just go ahead and look at those whenever you have the chance. Third question, I wasn't really interested in cast and subs. Should I start focusing on both? Subs, I highly recommend you do that first because Arbiters nowadays, submarines carry very hard because unlike your other fleets that can only participate one time, submarines can participate in all 4 sorties across all 4 fleets for hard arbiters. That is very, very good. So if you have strong submarines at 125, you can use them 4 times for arbiters, and it's going to be crazy. If they do about 30,000 damage each round per ship, that is 120k across 4 battles times 3, because there's 3 of them. So that's 360k damage. A tough arbiter nowadays is about 1.3 to 1.5 mil health. So that is easily about 25% of their health done by just submarines alone. That is very, very good. So don't neglect submarines. Do that first. As for cats you can work on, but just buy them. You can't really work on cats because RNG decides when you can work on cats. So the best thing you can do is just, I said this in my cat guide, just toss in cats, level them up. Never use maxed cats unless you have no other cats to use and they're all maxed out, which is going to be rare for some people. Always get EXP, and then when the day comes you get a really, really good cat, just fuse those cats that you don't need that were farming EXP this whole time into that new cat. Okay, that's as simple as that. And the fourth question, should I use cubes to research? Would I be okay to use once per day? If you're doing it once per day, you might as well just skip it. I don't think it's worth doing it because cubes are primarily for just speeding up the process very, very fast. And you're basically at the point now where you're done with PR. Like, your PR is done, dude. Like, you have no seasons left to do. You have your 1 is done, 2 is done, 3 is done, 4 is done, 5 is basically like almost there. You have some Phase 5 to work on, but I wouldn't worry about it that much unless it's like a very important ship to you. At this point, what you want is UR gear. You don't really want the developer 30 because you'll get there eventually, and you're so far ahead of the curve, bro. Like, don't worry about it too much. You want UR gear now. So do coin missions, do Q missions. Don't do Q missions anymore. You don't need Q missions. You just want Q missions for gear and D and G missions for coins. That's all you want. Just skip on cubes. Don't do cubes anymore. Cubes are primarily for people finishing very, very fast for whatever reason that they have. That's the reason why you do cubes. And for cog chips, I guess, if you're very low on cog chips. But most of us aren't low on cog chips, though, so you're good to go. All right. All right, so that's all the questions. I think that's everything, so we are good. Thank you guys for watching as always. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment and whatnot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank y'all for watching.